why do you want this job? Why did you come to us particularly?
To Universal in particular?
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I've been a fan of Universal movies as long as I can remember, and I've always loved the way they tell stories, and I've actually just loved the way they run their business, and I hear they treat employees really nice. And it's it's fourth largest company in the world, and I hear there's a lot of room to expand and work your way up in it.
Like you said, we are a very huge company, and there's a lot of competition for the job that you are applying for. So what makes you stand out? Why should we hire you over thousands of people that are vying for this job?
Well, I'm a very hard worker, and I thrive on high pressure jobs. I actually like the stress. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna help you out here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I am really good with dealing with difficult people and adapting with those kind of people.
Awesome. And you have a lot of experience as well, which is great. Your software skills is just, that list is never ending, so that's great. Yeah. Do you want to take a look at your resume?
Sure. What's the time you've exercised leadership?
Leadership, the time I exercised leadership was when my boss was actually working on another shoot, and he left me in charge of his shoot. So I was managing the PAs and all the extras on the set. And yeah, I was just making sure everything was running okay and smoothly. And kept in touch with him, kept him updated on how everything was going.
Awesome. You've mentioned that you thrive under high pressure environments, under stressful environments. Can you name a situation in which you were under high pressure and you had to overcome and solve that?
The time I was under high pressure, I was actually working for Cedar Stream Theater as a sound tech and a computer technician. And I was playing a slideshow video, and all of a sudden all three of my computers crashed. And I was sitting in the dark, or everybody was sitting in the dark for quite some time. So I pulled out my laptop and uploaded everything onto there and tried my best to play everything. I was able to play everything, but there was a slight delay in it. But after that, everything ran smoothly after that.
Awesome. Yeah. That's very high pressure, unexpected, so that's great that you were able to come up with something and fix that problem. Awesome.
Seeing that you have some experience, what would be your greatest professional achievement?
My greatest professional achievement would be getting my first job at age 17 as a production assistant for Lego Movie Interviews. Probably be my greatest one.
What would you say you learned from that?
I've learned quite a lot. I've learned hard work really pays off, and you don't really need to go to college for film, but it helps out a lot if you do. You can get further in the industry if you have a BA or a 4-year degree.
Yeah, like we mentioned before, Universal is a very large company, and we do have the potential for employees to move up to work in different positions, and you seem to have a lot of experience. Where exactly are you hoping to end up throughout your career with Universal? Where would you like to see yourself?
Well, I was thinking maybe from 5 to 10 years, maybe working in an electrical department or a grip department. I'm really hands-on, and maybe one of those departments. I'm not really exactly sure where I want to be within that time frame, but I'm still thinking about it.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I want to ask, being that you've been in stressful experiences, and I'm sure you had much less stressful compared to having technical problems and whatnot. But what kind of work environment would you prefer most to be in?
I actually don't really have a preference. I like to work in any kind of condition. They don't really bother me. I can do any kind of weather condition. I'm very flexible with it, and I can adapt well.
Alright.
Alright.
We're also a very international company. We have projects on almost every continent. Would you be willing to travel for certain projects that we would assign you to? Or?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And possibly even learning new languages.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great.
Excellent.
Well, I don't have any further questions. Do you?
I do not.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming here.
Yeah, thank
Nice
you.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Why
meet
should we hire you particularly? Like, what are the strengths that you could bring to the table?
I am really good team worker. Also, I can work any work environments. I can bring people's potential. I can see easily the other person's potential, and I can work with them easily. So I'm really flexible with every situations.
You work with people well. Tell me about an experience of working with someone who you found difficult.
Uh, some people can be not open for a team working. Some people can be selfish. So they think, some people can think they know everything. So you have to work with them. Like, I can talk with them easily, that I can convince them to bring their share to the team. So I can convince them with that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Great. I just think it's great the special skills that you have. You have martial arts, archery, horseback riding, guitar, motorcycle riding. That's great. So would you say you're somebody who's very, adrenaline driven, somebody that likes to, challenge themselves?
Actually, I'm a little bit both. Like, I like to be calm.
Mm-hmm.
So the main idea of the Aikido is like mostly meditating, and like horseback riding is kind of usually do that in this country, like calm ridings. But also I like to challenge myself. I can be in an extreme situation. I'm comfortable with that.
And you're originally from Turkey?
Yes, I'm from Turkey.
Awesome. How many different languages do you speak?
So far I know English and Turkish, but I know I can easily learn another language because I have a training in photographic memory.
Awesome.
So it will make you easy to learn. I can use that technique if I need to learn any other language, but it's still in the time.
Yeah, that's great because we are international. Awesome. Also, this is very competitive company to work for. We have thousands of people that are vying for your position. What makes you unique? Why should we hire you over the other thousands of applicants?
So like I said, I am team worker, but I also take everything seriously, even it's a simple task. When I do that, I want to do that really good. When I finish the task or job, I want to be proud of myself when I see that, even if it's like a labeling the files. It doesn't matter. It's a simple task or it's a complicated task. I like to do that neat and well done.
Good. Awesome.
What are some of your long-term goals?
My long-term goal is being a director in a major project, but I want to I need the experience and enough knowledge for that, so I'm seeing myself maybe in 10 or 15 years. Also, I want to work in Universal Pictures, so if I can manage that,
So here at Universal, our sets are very hectic. We do a lot in a very short span of time. So everything has to be very high-paced yet very efficient. How do you work in a stressful environment? How are you able to deal with pressure and still come out with the best project?
I'm a kind of fast thinker, so I can give an example for a recent stressful thing from my college. For certain reasons, we have a project for a film production class, but I had a little amount of time and many limitations, but I had like a really short of time. But I have to find locations, actors. I have to find a shot list. I have to came up with the script. With the there is like so many assignment limitations. But even that limitations, I can see and walk around it, and I find my strength in the certain situations, and I came up with the really good assignment, and everything went fine, and we are have a schedule for a Friday.
That's awesome. All right.
As she mentioned, you do list quite many skills that you have, and I was wondering, what would you consider as one of your greatest achievements?
My greatest achievement so far, I'm following my dream, and I build my own company in my country that can be lead me come here, and I can follow my long dream to be a director. So I can learn. I started learning everything in my country, but for situations they don't have a really good film industry, so the Hollywood is better for me, I think, and I come up with here.
Excellent.
What was the company that you started?
I have an instruction company. It's kind of major, so I am responsible with almost 200 people.
Oh wow.
Yeah. We are building malls, factories, residences, apartments, houses, buying them, selling them.
So would you say you've had a lot of experience with leadership?
Yes, I have many experience with leadership, so I don't mind to be around my team, so I can really communicate with them.
Is there any like particular stories you have in mind of like a difficult situation you ran into?
So I can tell we have a deadline. We have to come up with. There was a problem in the government. They don't apply our certain papers, so we have to find people can go to the government place, and I need to find a good communication skills persons. So I interview with my skeleton crew, like the basic crew. So I came up with the one person, and she have a really good talking skills than everybody else and even me. So I should be go to the government place, but she was much more convincing. She was knowledgeable. So we decided to give her kind of power to represent us, and everything went fine, and we get our paperwork, and we get started work.
That's great. Yeah. That's excellent that even in the position of power that you were in, that you allowed for those under you to show their special skills as well. That's awesome. That shows a lot of humility on your part. That's great.
You mentioned that you wanted to go into directing, and I was curious, what would you consider the director you look up to, that you like his style or her style? Her style?
For director?
For direct.
Yeah.
For
Who would
director.
you say is your favorite director?
I like so far Christopher Nolan's style. Everything can be believable. It doesn't matter if it's a science fiction, but it's have a certain logic. It can be convincing. So I want to create another universe, like Lord of the Rings, like Harry Potter or Star Wars universe. I want to